Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. This is Altcoin Era and this is your boy Ahmed, and today we got a lot to talk about. There's a lot happening. So without further ado, make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and let's begin. The top gainers for this week, number one is Nero. It's up a whopping 60% from candle to close, 60%. Number two is Mask, and Mask is currently up 45%. Number three is TNSR and it's up 31%, followed by Bobcat and it's up 22%. Thereafter, we have Lena, we also have Rune, and followed closely is Lister. Liquidity, surprisingly, liquidity is up 15%. I did mention this in my private members. And we have Meme and it's up 14%. Open interest for Mask has gone up 200%. Lena has gone up 94%. We have the best performing sectors this week is memes and it's up 11%. We also have L1s. They're up 6%. The best performing sectors, no surprise here, is memes. Memes have a lot of mindshare. Closely followed by L2 and it's up 6.43%. DeFi is also up for this week, and we have L2s followed closely by gaming on this week. If we have a look at the monthly, we should see something similar. We have memes closely followed by L1s, then we have DeFi. So these are some of the best performing sectors so far. In large caps, we have BTC and it's up on the weekly a whopping 9.33%. Ethereum is up 7.9%. BNB is up 3.8%, closely followed by Sol, and it's up 5%. And surprisingly, Dodge is the winner this week and is up a massive 21%. Let's have a look at the crypto bubbles. So this is the hourly. We have Nero, Ray, Pepe. Let's have a look at the daily. At the moment, altcoins are bleeding against BTC. It's BTC season at the moment. It's a massive BTC season. As you can see here in the altcoin season and Bitcoin season indicator, we're right over here. We're at 29%. Now I know everyone's been screaming altcoin season for the past 3 years. I know, but the only closest remnants that we had to altcoin season was in January 2024 and March 2024. That was exactly the very peak. That was the peak of all of these coins. All of these coins that you see, I can pick any random coin. Let's look at AVAX, for example. It's a large cap coin. And you're going to see the same kind of pattern. The last time we saw a major peak was in March. That was the closest form to altcoin season. We can look at Phantom, same thing here, March 2024. Same thing goes for, the same applies for Arweave, the same applies for Sue, the same applies for Sai, and so on and so forth. You can look at the charts yourself and you'll see that's the closest time that we had any kind of remnants or any kind of altcoin season. It was more of an altcoin rally. I digress. So we're going to look at BTC. So BTC on a quarterly is up. It's up 13%. But surprisingly, or shall I say not surprisingly, we're just following the same pattern. So September we were up 7%, October we were up 13%. And if we look at the previous bull markets before, so if we look at 2016, we had 4 monthly green candles. In 2020 bull run, we had 3 monthly candles. And now in 2024, it could maybe repeat in itself. In 2024, we're following the same seasonality as every other bull run. We normally have 4 monthly green candles followed by a massive Q4 green candle. Ethereum, however, doesn't tend to have the best Q4 period. We have a great period in Q1. Normally what happens is BTC normally skyrockets in Q4. And then Ethereum and alts normally follow the trend in Q1. As you can see here in Ethereum Q1, the average increase is 92%. Let's have a look at traditional markets. We have all-time highs in stocks, all-time highs in house prices, all-time highs in gold, Bitcoin. National debt is at an all-time high. We have CPI at less than 3%. And most importantly, we have a cutting cycle from the Fed. This is a great Goldilocks period. BTC profit taking continues as BTC price nears an all-time high. Bhutan is next to sell. The government recently deposited almost 1,000 BTC into Binance and is currently about to sell. As you can see here, they deposited 831 BTC to Binance, and at the moment they're currently profit taking. They hold close to $1 billion of BTC, 900 million to be precise. So BTC approaches all-time highs as daily OTC desk inflows dropped to year lows. So we have here on Crypto Quant, we have outflows decreasing and also inflows have increased. Bitcoin institutional demand in custodial wallets is rising. Over the past year, a whopping 278,000 flows into US spot ETFs. That's 80% retail versus 670,000 BTC whale wallets. That's 1,000 plus BTC has been moving into Bitcoin. In custodial wallets, institutions are buying. They're buying massively, hand over fist. And not only are they doing that, there are new participants that are also buying MicroStrategy. New participants and new players are now buying MicroStrategy as a leverage play to BTC. They're buying MicroStrategy and Coinbase. MicroStrategy has made an all-time high now. So it's currently at $253. And we can also check out Coinbase. And currently Coinbase is at $217. Let's have a look at the BlackRock ETF. This is BlackRock's ETF and this is the weekly. And as you can see, it just looks like a carbon copy of BTC. Let's have a look at some of the other ones. GBTC. Let's look at Fidelity and let's have a look. We have the same thing for Fidelity. We're making a higher low and we're very, 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 very close to the all-time high. I think we wicked just at the same area. We're just 2.12% away from the all-time high. So this is literally a carbon copy of BTC, just following the same kind of trajectory as BTC. As you can see right over here, we're very, very, very close to the all-time high. We're forming a bull flag. It looks like an accumulation period. We had a accumulation period right over here and then we broke out. We formed a higher low and then we continued to just completely move sideways for literally 7 to 9 months. If I place a fractal, this right here and this right here, it just looks like a carbon copy, to be honest, and it's just mimicking BTC's price action. Now, I was hoping that this will be a leading indicator, as in the ETFs, to BTC, but it looks like they move in exactly the same time. Maybe there's a slight few hours delay between one and the other, but they move exactly the same. Let's have a look at the other ETFs. We have Bitwise, we also have Grayscale, ProShares, and these are massive inflows for BTC. But surprisingly, it's not really pushing the price as much as people expected, surprisingly. Anyway, I digress. Let's move on to Polymarkets. Surprisingly, or not surprisingly, we have Trump, and Trump is leading ahead in the polls. He is up currently at 66.1%, and poor Kamala Harris is down 33.7%. We're going to zoom out and we're going to look at the top 30 coins. We have had, if I just zoom in right over here, a nice bounce. We're going to this region right over here. And if we look at further coins, they are similar to this graph. These are all the layer 1 tokens and likewise showing the same similar pattern, a double bottom and heading to this resistance level. Here is the layer 2 chart. It's struggling compared to layer 1s and the top 30 tokens. It's forming a bottoming signal. Here is the small caps chart and we're just underneath resistance as of now, and we're forming a bottoming signal. And finally, we have mid caps, same pattern, same kind of chart. I know there are some participants that are hesitant about if this is a real rally. Are we just going to hit resistance and come back down? But I'm going to show you on the search volume, and we have BTC is at the lowest it's ever been on search volume. This kind of means that the market isn't frothy. Retail haven't stepped back in for quite some time. Let's have a look at alt season, or altcoins to be precise, and let's look at the Google search topics. Altcoins search topics in the past 5 years worldwide is slowly making a re-emergence. This is a good sign. The last time we had a peak was, of course, the previous bull market in 2021. Now we're heading up higher. We've broken this resistance. I can't believe I'm doing TA with Google Trends, but we're about to break this area, okay? This previous search. Here is a better illustration. Google search terms for BTC, Ethereum, Solana, Coinbase, NFTs are relatively at its low, which is a good thing. This is actually bullish, because when you see a frothy market, you're going to see search terms, you're going to see a lot of retail in the space. This is a good indication to know that retail are not yet here. So we have search terms for BTC, they're down. Also, Ethereum is down. Its peak was in March 2024. Coinbase, same thing, March 2024. Uniswap, search terms, you have OpenSea, NFTs, that's never coming back again, unfortunately. You have Web3, you also have on-chain. Meme coins are slowly heading up higher. The last peak we had in meme coins was on the 31st of October 2024. Meme coins are just going through a super cycle. You have Solana and so on and so forth. So this is a good indication that the market isn't frothy. This could be a real rally. This could, because no one's really talking about it, which is bullish. This means that it's organic, the growth, and retail probably will step back in when we make an all-time new high. Once we get to 75, 76, 78,000 US dollars, and it's all over, the media outlets, then BTC will rush back in, and we're trying to anticipate where the herd will go next. We need to know, when is altcoin season? Like, when are we getting in season? Mr. Altcoin era. When on earth are we going to see this? Because I'm sick and tired of this myself. It's been a long, grueling 3 years. It's been a long period, and I get it. A lot of folks are just sitting on their bags and hoping that we're going to see altcoin season. I've been just watching altcoin. I've just been watching BTC dominance head higher and higher and even more higher. The main reason we're here is for this right here, this beautiful word called altcoin season. That's why we're really here. We're here for an altcoin season. To be fair, a lot of folks are outpriced in BTC, and I see some influencers, some people, some folks trying to push this narrative to buy BTC. But to be fair, the gains are not the same. It's diminishing returns, and we're buying an S curve. Alt season or altcoins is what we're really after. And for 3 years, honestly, for 3 years, I've just been watching BTC dominance head up higher and higher and higher and higher. It's got to, as of now, it's at 59%. Now, there is speculation that BTC dominance might head even higher. And Q4 might be another rally for BTC dominance. We don't know where it's going to head up to. We don't know where it's heading. We don't know where this is heading. Like, everyone can tell you whatever they want to tell you, but we ultimately don't know where this is going to end. It might get to 61, it might get to 65, it might get to 70% dominance. And that's going to be catastrophic for altcoins. However, the caveat is this: we're near the end of this brutal 3-year cycle. We're near the end now. On the bright side, we're towards the end. We're literally at the end. And you know what happens is a lot of people begin to fall off. They become BTC maxis. This is the worst period worst period ever to turn into a BTC maxi. Some of them are in a bear market and some of them may never recover. But please, please don't ever give up. Don't give up. Finish this journey. You have to finish this journey. Regardless, get to the end of the journey. This is just a blip on the road. Now, BTC dominance looks like it wants to head up higher. Let's just say, for argument's sake, in extreme scenario, that gets to 70%. Let me show you something interesting just to help you along this journey. So we have here, right over here, this is the Bitcoin dominance. And I'm gonna uninvert this chart. I'm gonna uninvert it and I'm gonna make it look like it's heading downwards. Okay, so right now, honestly, right now, this is at 59%. This is the best time to buy. I know you've been hearing this for 3 years, but I cannot emphasize this enough. A lot of folks are going to become BTC maxis. They're going to just abandon altcoins altogether. This is the period when everyone and their pet hamster is going to abandon altcoins. This is the period where you buy. This is the best chance to catch a good opportunity. Number one, BTC maxis are gonna start selling their BTC and they're gonna rotate into more riskier and riskier assets. This is a fact. It happens time and time again. So we are forming a bottom. Right over here, we're forming a bottom. Then we're gonna head up here to around 40%. The higher BTC dominance goes, the higher altcoin season. Let it go higher. Let it go even more higher. That means we're going to have the biggest rally of all time. We don't want to see it get to, like, let's just say it got to 55%. It's only going to get over here. It's only going to go over here like 47, 46, and then the altcoin season is going to be not as good. But the higher this goes, the better for us, basically. Here is a tweet, and it goes like this. When is altcoin season? The first and second part of the cycle. I always divide the crypto cycle into two parts. Part one, where BTC rallies up to its previous all-time high, and part two, when it breaks above the previous high. Part one, Bitcoin rallies while altcoins lose value against BTC, with only a few sectors performing well. The altcoin market remains very PvP as money mainly falls into BTC. Bitcoin then enters its phase 5 rally, while altcoins print their stage 4 disbelief higher high and reclaiming the range lows. BTC dominance pumps, BTC and Ethereum pair drops. Part 2. Bitcoin breaks its all-time high and flies to price discovery. This is the moment altcoins start their stage 5 and parabolic rally. Dominance drops, BTC and Ethereum pair bottom. The chart below shows the data. This happened in the last cycle. We're doing the exact same thing as every single cycle. BTC pumps, therefore altcoins, the general market, get to the range high. Once this comes down, once BTC moves sideways or comes down slightly, this is where altcoin season begins. We have a parabolic run. That's all it is. Stage 1 and stage 2. However, there is a caveat, and the caveat is this. Okay, so we have BTC dominance right over here. Let me just get rid of everything and show you this. Right over here, the Fed was cutting. It was at 2.41%. We went down to around 1.58%, and it wasn't until we got to zero, basically, that we saw altcoin season. Okay, so we're either in two scenarios. The first scenario is this period right here where we had monetary easing, where we didn't have enough cuts for altcoin season. Yes, we had a small altcoin rally. That is probably going to be stage 1. Stage 2 is when we have a altcoin season. So we don't know exactly as of now, but probability wise is we might see something like this where we head back down and then BTC raises its ugly head once again. So we could see something similar where we have BTC heads back down, cools off. Okay, so that will give us some room, that will give us some room to grow, to actually, ascend higher. Then BTC heads up higher and it raises its ugly head while this heads down. Okay. Then we finally see in 2025 a real actual altcoin season. Some of you haven't really seen altcoin season, or some of you didn't really capitalize on altcoin season. You didn't really sell. You just round circled your entire bags and went back to square one. This time, ladies and gentlemen, please take profits. Now, what we're going to do is this. Are you ready for altcoin season? This is what happens. You need to take on more risk. That's number one. You have to, during altcoin season, take on risk. Now, it might happen in Q4, which I doubt, but it could possibly happen. You have to be ready. Or it can happen in 2025. You must take on more risk. It's a Goldilocks period. This is not the time where you hold large caps. You hold small to medium cap coins. Number two, get rid of the losers. Yeah, you don't want none of these losers. They just get rid of them. Okay, reallocate narratives. Make sure you add to your winners. That's a must. That's pivotal. You have to add to your winners. If you do not, you're going to be left behind and you're just going to be holding the bag, to be fair. You're just going to be a mid-curver. You're just going to make, you don't want to be a mid-curver. You actually want to make sure that you add to your winners. And where are the winners? You already know. I've been talking about the winners. AI. You have to double down in AI. This trend is going to continue for 2, 3, 4 years. I don't know how long it's going to go on for, but it's definitely here to stay. So add on to your winners. Add on to your winners. You have to add on to your winners. I've been talking about on this channel for the longest. I've been talking about it. Yeah. AI crypto coins, AI projects, AI. I've been talking about so many different projects, even on my private members. If you want to gain some alpha, join my private members. I'll show you this. Like, this is just a typical example. I've got Spectral and I want to show you something. AI is going to dominate the entire sector. Like 2025, just add to your winners. It's not that difficult. It's not really that these narratives, they last, they stay, they compound, some of them. And that's what you want to do. Now we have fetch.ai. It's 3.5 billion market cap. But the ones I've been talking about is virtual. It's up 400 million market cap, and most importantly Spectral, and it's up 132 million. I was talking about Spectral when it was around, I think, 10 million market cap. It's 132 million market cap. We also have Olus and we also have Kai. Okay, and it's at 13 million market cap. I totally agree. With this individual. I think AI agents and AI in particular is going to do really. I want to show you the token and what they've done. They've come leaps and bounds so far. Now you can actually have an AI agent. This wasn't in their website a few months ago. So they keep changing, keep adjusting, keep doing, you can have an AI agent and you can pay for an AI agent. It can buy and sell Ethereum. It can do trades for you. You name it. The opportunities are endless. It can create meme coins as well. I want to show you something interesting where I'll show you just a quick tutorial and I could just quickly make a meme coin and launch it within a couple of seconds. Like literally, I want to show you another feature. And literally, this is one of the features. You can literally make a meme coin within a couple of minutes and launch it straight away. It's called the Moon Maker. It's designed to help launch your own meme coins within seconds. I'll help and create and deploy a smart contract, supply your tokens to a DEX, and even create a website for you. You'll need ETH on base to be able to deploy your meme coin. Like literally, like it's exactly the same as pump.fun, and it's doing it right here. And there's so many other new features on here, but I digress. ETC price targets currently at $71,853. We kissed right over here, or almost kissed the previous all-time high. We're very close to the all-time high from candle right now to the very peak. We just need 2.64%. Okay, so most likely, like I said before, we're gonna retest 70,000 US dollars. There was a massive liquidation events. There was so much shorts right over here. There was so many shorts sitting right over here. So it was clearly a short squeeze. We had a good short squeeze from here to there to 17%. We broke this final trend line. We formed a higher low and we broke out finally. This looks like the real deal, but we're gonna find out, because most importantly, we're gonna have the data for unemployment. This is gonna be massive news, like huge news, and we're gonna get it on Friday. So this is the last wall of worry. Like in traditional markets or markets in general, they go up the wall of worry since forever now. Like it's gone up for a long time. It's just slowly ascending higher and higher and making higher highs after higher highs, whereas BTC is lagging. If I just put overlay BTC with the S&P 500, you'll be able to see that BTC has been lagging. It's been like literally lagging. BTC has been moving sideways for the past year, whereas SPX has just been going up to the right. And I think now it might be a catch-up trade. Now, honestly speaking, hand on heart, it's a catch-up trade now. So SPX has gone up. Gold has also gone up massively, and this is definitely a catch-up trade so far. It's undeniable now. You can look at the charts. It's undeniable. It's a catch-up trade. BTC is lagging behind, whereas traditional markets are going up the wall of worry. On the weekly, BTC looks very bullish. And if I show you this, it looks like we ascended. This looks like accumulation, and it looks like we're about to head up into another acceleration period, and it just looks very bullish indeed. However, there is a caveat. And I always give two sides of every story. If however we get a period where we see unemployment going back up, then everything is gonna get rough. And to be fair, unemployment during this time, during Q4, is when it tends to go up. So if I show you unemployment, here is the unemployment chart. And if I show you the latest, if I just scroll all the way down, and in September 2024, it was at 4.1. If we just zoom in right here, we made a higher low. And we're going to see, are we either, let me just zoom in. Are we either going to continue to descend downwards to 4%, or are we going to make a new higher high? Now, if we get to 4.4%, if we get to 4.5%, then of course, this bullish narrative is going to take a drastic turn for the worse. It might not be the worst thing ever, but we're probably going to head down. So all eyes, I think this is the very last obstacle for BTC. It's the very last, and crypto in general. Ethereum price targets currently at $2,674.05. We're up, surprisingly, while the rest of the market is down. Solana is down. ADA is down, and some of its counterparts are down. The king will return. There's a lot of hate at the moment for Ethereum, and I think it's going to bounce, head to this area at $2,872. Then after that, it's going to head to ultimately $3,000. There's two scenarios. Okay, if we have some bad unemployment numbers, or if the monetary policy is the thing that the reason why Ethereum is lagging behind. Now remember, it works like this. Traditional markets first pump, gold pumps, BTC follows suit, and then Ethereum follows suit. Finally, altcoins also, or crypto in general, from medium to large to small, follow suit. What's happening right now is either this. We're either gonna, if BTC heads up higher in Q4, then Ethereum is gonna head up higher in Q1. We're just gonna probably tag this area at 3,500. Once we head to Q1, seasonality will be on our side. That means Ethereum, Solana, ADA, AVAX, XRP, all the large coins, Casper. All of these large coins will finally get a bid. Yeah. But if, however, because this is the caveat, and I'm going to say it time and time again, if unemployment is bad and unemployment increases, then we've got no other option but to head downwards. Like that's a massive tailwind. That's a massive headwind, sorry. Massive headwind on our sides. So what we need is a Goldilocks period where we have massive tailwinds when unemployment heads back down. That's it. GDP is on our side. GDP is increasing in the US and in the global markets, okay? In the global world, it's all increasing. Solana, price targets. Currently at $175. I'm going to be honest. I thought Solana was going to break down and it didn't, okay? I put my hands up and it didn't. However, I have to pivot. If Solana breaks all-time highs, then that's it. Khalas, what can I say? It's heading up higher. But the caveat is this. If it doesn't break all-time high, then my target still stands. I'm going to be adamant. Yeah, we'll see where this goes. But my target still stands for lower prices for Solana. It's all going to lie with one thing, and that's going to be on Friday. Friday is going to be the pivotal day where we're going to find out what's happening. We're going to get rate cuts very soon. In the next week or so, or week or two, we're going to get rate cuts. And it's just about BTC now. Is this more of a monetary play or is it more of a seasonality play? Normally Solana doesn't do great in Q4, but as of now, Solana is the only one that's really outperforming the majority of all of these coins, because meme coins, the home of meme coins is Solana. That's it. Retail is just trading meme coins constantly on Solana. DGens love Solana, and I get it. I'm in the trenches as well. And the UI of Solana is really good. The UX of Solana is really good. Fundamentally, it's sound. It's what Ethereum should have been years and years ago. But I can't. Let's not get into that as of now. Let's have a look at Total 2. Total 2, we're hitting this area right over here. I think we just broke out, just barely broke out, and this is what I use the most in my TA, to be fair. Total 2 will just give you an indication where we're at. This dotted red line is our very first rate cut, very first cutting cycle in altcoins. This is layer 2. So initially we pumped into this rate cut and then we fell back down. Initially we rallied after the rate cut and then we headed back down. Okay, and so far we're just right over here. We're gonna have another rate cut in the next 2 weeks. We're gonna have another rate cut. So we're gonna see what happens next. Are we gonna break out? And is this the actual bottom? And break out further and then continue our ascend higher? Or are we going to continue to oscillate around this area? If we have a weekly close above this area, then that's going to be a good confirmation to know that we've broken out of this ascent, yeah? Or this, descending parallel channel. And then we can continue to the next resistance at 1 trillion, and then after 1.1 trillion, and then finally 1.25 trillion. Let's have a look at Total 3. Total 3 is showing great signs. We've broken out. Yeah, and we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weekly candles. Interest rate cuts is detrimental if GDP is heading down and unemployment is heading up. If GDP is still staying at the same relative level and the economy is doing fine, unemployment is doing fine, and we're just pretty much doing fine, then this is very bullish. However, like I say, time and time again, we're going to have to wait for Friday to see unemployment numbers. But the market just might shrug this off as well, and we might head up higher. Seasonality is definitely on our sides. That's all I'm going to end with. Seasonality is on our sides. Q4 looks uber bullish. That's it for now. I'm going to do a live soon burning this hat. I swear, I'm going to burn this hat once we pass all-time highs. Hopefully we do it sooner rather than later. If you like this, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, all of that good stuff. And go check out this other stuff here. Peace.